Talk to it.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Classic.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Classic.
Fighting out of the southpaw stance, standing at 6'2", 190 pounds. I give you, boy, I'm made different. I work too hard, ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. This from the dirt, this from the mud. You ain't slave with me. This was strictly for my homies that was brave with me. You can't come in with me now if you ain't came with me. Skull looking at you side eye if you ain't with me. I seen a couple people try and it ain't in prison. I only keep the people around that stood on 10 with me. And if they start to stand on 9, that's where it end with me. It can end quickly. And the way I level up, I make them spin differently. I should start a foundation. They be make-a-wishing me. I got these hoes in a frenzy. They can't seem to get to me. Babe, I done mastered discipline. It take more than booty cheeks. Need a little more conversation, cause I still be trying to see. I be listening with my eyes. Yeah, I still be trying to see. I be moving like the prize. You can't find another me. Let's get focused.
Let's get focused. Yeah, it's Classic with the classic codes, and I got another great live show for y'all. I hope y'all feeling good, man. Let's go.
Classic.
Yeah, well, today we're going to be starting off with our sports segment. Then we're going to go straight into the reaction video, the code language conversation, the question of the day, and our TikTok reaction as usual. We got another great show, another great lineup of things to talk about, and we got heavy codes that we got to crack.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
Yes, Lord. But before we get all the way into it, y'all know what y'all got to do. Hit that like button for me. Hit that like button for me. Hit the notifications if it's your first time here, no matter where you tapping in from. Right now, we are streaming live from the Classic Codes on YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble. So right now, the Classic Codes is streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble. So wherever you tapped in from, I sure do appreciate you, as always.
Classic.
We are also streaming right now at Classic Codes Sports on YouTube. Because we starting off with our sports segment, we got to give that to my people on the sports side. If you haven't already, make sure you slide over to Classic Codes Sports and hit the follow button over there as well. That is separate from this channel, separate vlog, separate coverage. Let's get it. So today in the sports world, we actually starting off with something major, man. We actually going to talk about Gervonta Tank Davis. Big news. It's the Classic Code Sports. Let's go.
There you go. Talk to it.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold.
Ooh, what do we have here? Yeah. Gervonta Davis. Breaking news. Tank Davis is set to fight against Jake Paul. Now, due to some further digging on my end, right? This source is very credible, chat. This is Ring Magazine. Ring Magazine put this out on their Instagram, put this out on their Twitter, saying that Tank Davis is set to fight Jake Paul. Now, due to some further digging, it looks like the date might be off by a day. Seems as though it may be November 14th, which I believe is a Friday, instead of the 15th. Now, is this fight signed for sure? Has Tank Davis's team confirmed it? I haven't seen that just yet. But Ring Magazine is a very credible source because they have reason not to just be spewing rhetoric if they want to keep their word clean in the sport amongst the fans. Ring Magazine is now owned by Turki Al-Sheikh, the person who heads Riyadh season as far as the sports side of things and putting all these fights together that y'all want to see. Ring Magazine is now owned by Turki Al-Sheikh. So they're not just going to put some BS up on all their social media platforms unless they know. right? What do y'all think about this, chat? What y'all think about Gervonta Tank Davis choosing to fight against Jake Paul instead of fighting somebody that we want to see him fight? What y'all think about this, chat? Y'all could be honest. Y'all could be honest. I'm going to say this. We covered Tank, I think, last week. And so I'm going to do a brief reaction to my own content in order to let y'all know just how little I know about boxing, right? Because I don't know shit about boxing, right? So Jake Paul, it says here, breaking. Jake Paul will face Gervonta Tank Davis on November 15th at State Farm Arena in Atlanta in an exhibition live on Netflix. Sources confirmed to Mike Coppinger. Mike Coppinger is one of the few sources that, for the most part, right? None of these sources are perfect, but for the most part, he's not really putting his name on too much BS in the game. Mike and I have had a little brief back and forth on Twitter, as I'm sure he's had some back and forth with many people on Twitter in regards to the sport of boxing. Me and Dan Rayfield as well. So, you know, anybody can get it, chat, because I don't know nothing about boxing. But it says talks for Paul to face Anthony Joshua collapsed over network issues. Paul's last fight took place at 200 pounds, while Davis is a champion at 135 pounds. Let's talk about it, chat. Davis is a champion at 135 pounds. Cortez said, bad fight, but good money fight. I got mixed feelings about the fact that that's true. He said, bad fight, but good money fight. I got mixed feelings about the fact that that's true. I really do. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. But he says he outweighs Tank by 70 pounds. Shit, that's on a good day. Uncle Plug said 333. Shout out Uncle Plug. Yes, Lord. That's on a good day. Uncle Plug said this is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna take a few minutes and really go over this, right? So I want to pull something up for y'all. All right, check this out. This is a YouTube video. I was on live stream with y'all. This was like last week, I believe. Uncle Plug said they have weight classes for a reason. For real. And they feel like Tank's skills will outweigh the size gap. And then on top of that, I'm sure these guys are going to make some type of gentleman's agreement to just simply rob the public. I don't think they're going to go in there and try to hurt each other at all. I don't. I think it's going to be touch and go, some light sparring. You know, they may agree to throw a couple heavy shots here and there to make it look good for the people. But shit like this is just WWE, chat. Am I lying?
Classic.
Am I lying, chat? Cortez said his fight against Julio Dos left a lot to be desired. Well, again, they really didn't fight. Honestly, I think Jake is making gentlemen's agreements with these guys. Listen, it's WWE. It's entertainment. Jake does the training and stuff like that. He spars some real fighters. He be around real fighters. He got real credible people in his corner and shit like that. Like, I keep up with Jake and his boxing journey. Because I'm telling y'all, if he called me for it, I'm not agreeing to no gentleman shit. Now, let's get in there and scrap for real for the people. Thank you for the handsome payout. I know you're going to make quadruple whatever y'all offering me. And let's get active. No, go train for real because I'm on that. You know what I'm saying? Why not? Like, I don't need to get in there and play patty cake with you for the fans and just go ahead and collect the check. Like, that's crazy. At the end of the day, we both grown men. We both training. We not training for nothing. Let's see what's to it. We getting millions for it. Whoever taking ass whooping, shit, you was paid handsomely for it. I know everybody done took 1 or 2 for free. No? He said Julio threw 5 punches or less per round. That's what I'm saying. They really didn't fight. But let's stay on Tank. Let's stay on Gervonta Tank Davis versus Jake Paul. And let's really talk about this. I made a video and I covered. I said Tank Davis is clear of his court charges. Who does he fight next? This is a video I did a few days back. Let's check it out. Sport of boxing, with his career, with whatever his next move is, he is free and clear to move into that path. So we're discussing what are his potential routes that he could take. Well, here's the thing. If I know anything about Tank, if I know anything about Tank Davis, I do know that he gonna fight somebody that we don't want to see him fight most, right? Chat. I don't know shit about boxing.
Classic.
If I know anything, I said if I know, hold on. Y'all don't hear me, chat. Y'all don't hear me, chat. See, I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy that's gonna pass on his moment to say I told you so. Not in this space. In this space, I'm gonna tell you I told you so every time. Think about Tank. If I know anything about Tank Davis, I do know that he gonna fight somebody that we don't want to see him fight most, right? So whoever like the top 2 or 3 people you want to see Tank fight is not them, right? So let's get to like 4 or 5. I think 4 or 5 would be like would be the Roach rematch. I think that the Roach rematch is something that I don't know if Tank wants to even bother with. And it's also maybe one of those fights that he maybe didn't necessarily want. You know what I mean? In the first place, but it probably made business sense. Sometimes it make business sense and it don't make athletic sense, right? Like as an athlete, as the actual performer. What I just say? Sometimes it make business sense, but it doesn't make athletic sense. Cortez, what you just say? You said, what did you just say? You said it's wait, who said it's a good business fight? Let me find that comment. Yeah, he said bad fight, but good money fight. Yeah, see, sometimes the fight will make business sense, but it doesn't make athletic sense. At what point do either one of these guys look smart for getting in the ring that damn far apart in size? Jake Paul, 6 foot something, 220 pounds when he not in shape, and Tank walking around at $145 on his heaviest day. And they getting in there talking about, and y'all gonna buy it's not even pay-per-view. They're gonna make it available on Netflix. So then it becomes a why not watch it type thing. I'm gonna watch it. You put it on Netflix, you don't put it on pay-per-view. I don't gotta find a way to steal it, allegedly all for content creation purposes and entertainment. I don't gotta find a way to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna put it on Netflix, everybody's just gonna tap in just because. Oh shit, we got Netflix already. We might as well on some shit like that. But it's BS though. The thing when I see a Jake Paul card, the first thing I want to know is what's the undercards, because them gonna be the real fights. That's really why I'm gonna be watching. The main event is a spectacle. You know what I'm saying? I think Jake Paul only doesn't make the gentleman's agreement that I'm speaking about. I think he only doesn't make that agreement with people who he really feel like he got hands for. You feel me? But in regards to Tank, it's despicable because I called it, chat. I said, who does Tank fight next? Well, I don't know who he gonna fight next, but it won't be who the fans want to see him fight most. Uncle Plug said, height difference, weight difference is completely offset and inappropriate for the sport of boxing, and why he ain't fighting no white boys. Man, you got good questions. You got good questions and great points. Good questions and great points. I can't tell you. I really can't tell you. Cortez said that yesterday. Uncle Plug TV said that's the one I want to see, Stevenson or Roach. Cortez said bad fight but good for money. Uncle Plug said cruiserweight, get the fuck out of here. Nah, 200 that's heavy. He fight a heavyweight. 200 on the head. I think cruiser, what's that, 195? He might be cruise. I thought 200 and up was heavy. Cortez said they're fighting with names, not fists. It's a draw, but not a match. When you put it on Netflix, bro, you're going to get it's off rip. They ain't making us do nothing for it. Who don't got Netflix? Raise your hand. They ain't making us do nothing for it. You're going to put it on Netflix. I'm going to watch it. Why not? Might as well. And they're going to fight on a Friday. Allegedly, it's going to be on the 14th. They're going to put it on a Friday night for you. Niggas going to get off work. Man, shit, I'm watching that Tank fight tonight. Go, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, get right. Get whatever your little pleasantry is, whether it be a cigar, a glass of brandy, some wine, you know, a little of the medicinal, whatever that is. You're going to put that together and you're going to watch the fight. Why wouldn't you? I'm going to watch it. Even though it's BS, I'm still going to watch it because you're going to throw it on Netflix for me. They got the business model down. Drake, I ain't never told y'all Jake ain't doing no good business.
Classic.
But if we're going to have a conversation about the sport of boxing, that's different though. Let's see what else I said. Because I was very honest on this. And I don't have an issue with Tank, but I'm going to call a spade a spade. I ain't trying to be friends with these dudes. you know, this fight ain't getting you real turned up. You know what I mean? I think if you pay attention to Gervonta Tank Davis's energy, his body language, his enthusiasm, the way his charisma turns on and off, things like that, you can tell he was a lot lighter. Spiritually, he was a lot lighter and a lot more enthused about the sport of boxing in the build up to the Frank Martin fight. He was trolling, he was humorous, he was relaxed. He even fought like he was enthused, like he was happy to be back in the sport of boxing, like he was happy to be around the sport again. When Tank fought Frank Martin from round one, he was on top of his game plan. He was on top of his game plan from round one, and it worked like a charm. You understand? It was poetry in motion. From round one, he was on his game plan. He broke the man down systematically, and then he was able to get a stoppage victory. So, as far as his future, I don't know. Like, I'd be shocked based on the way Tank Davis's team and him, you know, sign off on fights and pick opponents is normally something that's marketable, but it isn't the fight that we're looking for. Come on, dog. I already called it. You know, we kept the foul.
Classic.
Called it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what we talking about? He said Tommy Fury lost steam. I mean, yeah, he fought Tommy Fury. He lost to Tommy Fury. But, you know, Tommy Fury, even though he's a low-level boxer, he's still a real boxer. And technically the only, like, real boxer that's of age that Jake fought. And that's his only L. So, you know, that's telling as well. But if we keep it on Tank, I mean, I can't help but to point out the pattern. Like, y'all as the public, the casual boxing fan, y'all been tricked. Y'all been tricked. I called it years ago when it wasn't popular. You know what I'm saying? I called it years ago when it wasn't popular. I said Tank pimping y'all. And at the time, shoot, us. I got to a point, I'm probably going to have to do some digging on my ex, but I had made a post. This probably was a couple years ago. And I was like, I'm not spending money to watch Tank fight ever again until he fights somebody that could beat him too. I tweeted that. I don't know how long ago it was, but I could probably dig back on my Twitter and find it. But yeah, I was like, yeah, if he fight on pay-per-view, I'm not spending no money to see it. I'll go somebody else's house, watch it. I'm not buying it at my crib. If I got to watch it at my crib, you know what we doing. Allegedly all for content creation purposes. Straight up. You're not finna get, gee, when he fought Leo Santa Cruz, did any of us want to see that? No. Did anybody ask for that? No. When he fought Hector Garcia, was anybody asking for that? No. We was begging for you to fight Devin Haney. We've been begging for you to fight Shakur. We was begging for you to fight Lomachenko. We was begging for you, like we've been begging for you to fight somebody. We would like to even see you. We'll take a Keyshawn Davis fight. He got something to prove. We'll take a Keyshawn Davis fight. A little early for Keyshawn, in my opinion, but he got something to prove, and he's a hell of a fighter. We'll take a Keyshawn Davis fight over this bullshit. You see what I'm saying? So I was right. You know, Tank got a pattern, man. He fight guys. Leo Santa Cruz, for example. He was a smaller man coming up in weight to try to beat Tank, right? So no wonder he slept him, right? Who else he fought? Ryan Garcia. Put him on a crazy weight drain. Knowing Ryan already blew up in weight, put him on a crazy weight drain. Ryan's fought for agreeing to it, but then put him on a rehydration clause. So he had to keep his weight down all the way up until the morning of the fight. Then you wonder how you stop a guy with a body shot. I'm just giving y'all the details. When he went up to 140. And fought Mario Barrios, LS Teca. Tank Davis went up to 140 pounds. Fought y'all see, I ain't looking up no information, but I don't know shit about boxing. He went up and fought Mario Barrios at 140 pounds. When he fought Mario Barrios at 140, Mario Barrios had already outgrown that division. Mario Barrios' fight against Tank was his last fight at 140 pounds. And I actually knew the fight before that Mario should have moved up. The big 140-pound guy. He stayed down too long. He stayed for the bag. They knew that. Tank fought him at 140, never went to 140 again. I'm just stating facts. I'm not hating on Tank. I'm stating facts. If the facts sound like hate, change your reality. If the facts sound like hate, change your reality. So, like I said, you know, you can always count on Tank to fight against absolutely nobody that you was asking for him to fight. This is no different. This is nothing more than some WWE shit. I mean, they might as well put this shit on WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what else I said though. I love it when I be prophesying and shit. So do I think Tank, now that he's free and clear legally, do I think he's gonna go and sign that Shakur fight? No. No. It would be an outlier. It would be outside of what we would consider the norm to be for Tank Davis. Let's just talk about it. Did we ask for the Santa Cruz fight? What I just say. Come on, chat. I don't know nothing about boxing. He said Tank doesn't fight people who may beat him. Right, exactly. He said Stevenson, Haney, Crawford, he can't fight Bud. Bud been bigger than Tank the whole time. He wasn't gonna fight Bud. Shit, I'll take a Gary Russell Jr. fight right now. Give me a Gary Russell Jr. fight. I'll take it. I got Tank favored in that fight, but I'll take it, folks. And that ain't even nothing I'm looking for, but I'll take it though. Jake Paul, come on, bro. Jake Paul a whole foot taller than Tank. The face-off gonna look stupid. Tank gonna have to step on a stool in real life. What you say, Stevenson, Haney, Crawford, any of these guys, he won't fight them, and he for damn sure doesn't want to fight Canelo. He way too small. Tank 130, he fight at 135 pounds. Canelo fight at 168 pounds, Cortez. Hold on now. That's not even a real thing, bro. That's not a real thing. That don't happen in the sport. Not in history. That don't happen in the sport. For somebody to jump up, that's like five weight classes at that point. But yeah, that's the big news, man. Gervonta Tank Davis set to fight Jake Paul. Until we get official word from Tank's team, until we get official word from Jake Paul's team, which up until the point that I started the stream, I didn't see yet. But until we get that, don't mark my words on that. But a very credible source in Ring Magazine is the one that posted it. So it's my job to bring it to y'all attention and discuss it, even if it's just hypothetical. I think it's ridiculous. I think that Tank probably only wants to participate in boxing for a little bit longer. Checks like the one he about to get with Jake Paul are only going to make him more comfortable and closer to the exit. So on his way out, you know, just as a fan of the sport in general, I'd like to see him give us one or two fights on his jacket that we asked for. You know what I'm saying? People supported Tank this whole ride through his career, fighting a bunch of people that none of us asked to see him fight. We was cool with watching because it's like we want to see him fight regardless of who he fighting. But at some point, fam, like you got to serve your people. You going to catch a bag anyway. Here go the crazy thing about boxing. A lot of times the business is in the best fights. A lot of times the best business is in the best fights. But a lot of people try to go through the back door. I can catch the same bag and take less of a risk, so I'm gonna go play over here. And that's, you know, why did you even get into combat? You should have took ballet. You know what I'm saying? Not even Tank. All the dudes in boxing that's pussyfooting around each other. Why you even get into combat? You should have took up ballet.
Classic.
Fucking fairies, man. But yeah, man, that's all I got on the Tank Davis and Jake Paul news, man. That's the Classic Code Sports. Yeah.
Classic.
All right, chat. Let's move into the show. I got some interesting stuff today, man. It should be fun too, fun and interesting. So, I actually saw a video come across my algorithm from a lady who was on the Pop the Balloon show, and I remember her. She actually looks much better in this video than she did on the show. Not that she looked bad on the show, but she just looks better in this video, in my opinion. And she's saying the things that she wished she knew before going on Pop the Balloon. So we're going to listen to her retrospective take on her experience from behind the scenes at the Pop the Balloon show. I felt like this would be interesting. I didn't watch it at all. I just saw the intro, saw who it was, and I was like, I'm going to cover this for the chat. I think this would be pretty cool because Pop the Balloon did come up in the live stream last night. It came up briefly. And so we're going to have some fun with this. Chat is Wednesday, and I'm here to get y'all through the rest of y'all work shift, man. Let's do it. What we got in the chat? What are we talking about? Cortez said, I'm saying, hold on. I'll come back to that, Cortez. All right, let's do it. Let's see what she's talking about. Oh, and this is to give her love. This is Rebel Fits. That's her name on YouTube, Rebel Fits. So make sure y'all tap in with her. I just want to make sure I give her credit.
Good morning, friends. All right, so as you can see, I'm about to go do my workout, but I wanted to pop on real quick to do a quick video for y'all. And today we're going to be doing things I wish I knew before going on Pop the Balloon, or advice for those who are considering going on Pop the Balloon. And this is specifically in regards to Pop the Balloon with Arlette Amuli, and it films in the Phoenix, Arizona area, as you know if you watch the show. Okay, so I did take some notes just because I do not want to forget anything. Okay, so the first one is, I recommend, if you're able to, if you're flying in from out of town, stay the night of filming. Originally, I was planning to fly in the night before filming, stay the night, film, and then fly home immediately after filming so that I wouldn't have to pay for another night at the hotel. I ended up deciding, like, no, I'm gonna stay the night of filming. That way, one, I'm not gonna have to rush from filming to the airport. I wouldn't have to bring my suitcase to filming. And also, I would have an opportunity to go on a date with my match that night, assuming I got a match. So,
okay, that's practical. That's practical. Would you listen to her,
Classic.
chat? I think I would do that too. I've actually talked about filling out an application and sliding up there to see Arlette and them and going on Pop the Balloon. I've actually thought about doing it, but yeah, I would think that you would want to stay in Arizona for a few days if you can. Shit, I wouldn't just go out there and stay the night of filming. I'd probably stay, half the week or something. Why not? It's Arizona. Me personally, I haven't been to Arizona. I've been to Vegas a bunch of times, but never went to Arizona. But everybody I know that's been to Arizona say that it's super dope. So shit, I wouldn't go out there and dip my toe in the water. I'd kick it. If I don't make a match on the show, I definitely can make a match on the road. Hello.
So yeah, I'm really happy that I ended up staying because, as you know, people on the episode are really from all over the United States. So I knew that if I got a match, chances of him being from Austin or even from Texas were fairly slim. So yeah, if I was not able to go on a date that same night, in order to ever go on a date, like, someone would have had to travel, or both of us would have had to travel, which just, I think, brings down the chances of actually getting to go on the date. So that's my recommendation for y'all. Okay, this is tied into that, but of course, if you're gonna go on the show to find love, like, it's super important that you're very open to a long distance relationship because, as I mentioned, like, the people on the show are from all over the United States. So it's possible that you live in California and they live in New York, or a person you're interested in lives in New York. And yeah, on my episode 61, like, I don't know if any of the women lived in any of the same even states as the men. Yeah, at least not full time. So that's just something to keep in mind. Okay, next is, you cannot control what happens on the episode. Like, as if you saw the episode I was in, like, I had no idea that that hair comment would be made, or that it would draw the response it drew, and that it would turn into this viral thing. So, and all of that happening undoubtedly changed, like, my experience, one, on the show and post show. And yeah, so going on the show, just know that, like, you're not in control of what happens on the show. Even the way that the viewership portrays what you do or say, you might say one thing and mean it one way, but the world could see it in a completely different way. So yeah, just be aware that that could happen. Okay, then
That's interesting. What y'all think about that? Did y'all ever think about that when y'all watched the Pop the Balloon show? That, like, the way we're perceiving it is a little bit different from how it may look or feel in real time, in person? Because I always think about that, like standing there with the microphone, actually being there, and there's just a line of women, and like in real time, which seems like you can take your time, but it's kind of a pressurized situation. I could see why the people be like, it's so different when you're here. You know what I'm saying? Like, could y'all imagine yourselves on Pop the Balloon in either position, whether you're in the lineup or whether you're the single person there with the microphone? Like, could y'all picture yourselves in that situation? How do you think it would go for you? Talk to me, chat. How do y'all think it'd go for you if you was on Pop the Balloon? Do you feel like fellas, do y'all feel like if y'all were the one guy who walk out and get the microphone and the ladies lined up, do y'all feel like y'all would get any balloons popped instantly? What would you wear? A lot of people get popped for their choice of clothes. Like, what y'all think? I'm gonna see what else she got to say though. This is interesting though.
Leading on to that is like, be aware that there's a good chance that you're going to get a lot of attention after the show. I've mentioned that I've gotten somewhere between 300 to 600, maybe more, direct messages since the show has aired. I never thought I would have. Maybe I thought I would get 100 messages. Never did I think I would get 300 to 600 plus messages. To be honest, I can't keep track. There are so many. Yeah, and I never thought that I would be in a viral clip, and as I mentioned, the whole viral clip thing is what changed my whole experience. And leading on to that is I personally would recommend just not reading comments at all. Like, I know that I had seen some catch-up episodes where there were people who said that they did not read the comments that came out following their episode. I knew they said they didn't read them, but I had never heard someone say, don't read them, because there's always going to be the negative and the positive. And what I've realized from this whole thing is no matter what, like, what anyone has to say about you and your appearance on the show is based on their own past experiences. Like, everyone is just speaking from their own past experiences. So yeah, you can't control what someone thinks of you. And
yeah, I would take it a step further and just say, don't even go on a show like that if you don't have thick skin. If you're not the type of person that would do content creation, right? Like putting yourself out here every day to be assessed, judged, critiqued, overanalyzed, psychoanalyzed, all of this. If you're not that type of person, I wouldn't go on a show like that. Even if you are looking for love, I just wouldn't do it. It's not wise. You need to have thick skin. Like if you got that give a damn how you feel attitude, then yeah, you can, you know what I mean? You can do whatever you want. Reality TV, Pop the Balloon, OnlyFans. But if you know inside that it get to you, I just wouldn't even go, let alone try to go and then stay away from the comments. Like, nah. Soft Rain said, do it. Oh, you want me to pull up on Pop the Balloon? Cortez said, I remember her. Yeah, I remembered her too. She looked better in this video, don't she though, Cortez? And her workout clothes and stuff. I think she was one of the women. I wouldn't pop a balloon because of a person's outfit unless it's like raunchy. But like, I didn't like her dress. I wouldn't have popped the balloon because of it, but I didn't like her dress on the show. Like her and her little kickback workout clothes. She dope. Cortez said, marketing is always at play as well as moments that will go viral for sure. Soft Rain said, I think all the balloons will be popped for me because I'm not your average ideal size for most men. Doesn't bother me because I don't care, but it will happen. Not necessarily. You in the South. It could be other men from the South. Could be some men from Detroit. You know, they like they women with a little meat on their bones. It's men out here that like women with a little meat on their bones.
Classic.
See, it's been women like that on the show too, Soft Rain. And I appreciate your input on it. But it's been women like that on the show too who sold themselves short, thinking that they, weren't necessarily attractive or appealing to a guy. Pop their own balloon and found out, when Arlette asked, like, hey, is she your type? And he like, yeah, I like her. I think she look good. And she's sitting there like, oh, I didn't think you would like me. It's like, don't do that to yourself. Let the don't sell yourself short. He said, yeah, she said facts.
Classic.
Yeah. We see it. It happens. It happens, But let's see what else she's talking about. This is intriguing. This is good information. I don't know if y'all enjoying this, but shout out to everybody in the chat, 333, and hit the like button. Let's get it.
And I guess from my perspective, like reading negative things about yourself, it's just like super unhelpful and unconstructive. And reading positive comments, like, well, yes, I appreciate them. just I think in general, hearing what a bunch of random people have to say about you is not the healthiest. Not the healthiest. Okay. The next one is don't get caught up in the drama following your episode. I made this mistake. Like at first with the whole hair thing, I was just kind of neither here nor there. And then after reading all these comments and seeing all these different perspectives on it, then that started to like shift my mentality around it. And suddenly like I was feeling like, oh, I want to speak about this. I want to get in on this. I want to like have a view on it. I want, people to hear my perspective. Yeah. And I just realized like, wait, now I'm basing my words off of what I heard from other strangers who were basing their words off their own perspective. So really in the end, y'all, I think always the answer is probably somewhere in the middle, like when there are two harsh sides, it's like make love, not war. Here's a side over here, here's a side over there. The answer is probably right here. And yeah, that is something I've learned from this. Like, don't get caught up in the drama because there will be drama. Like part of the show is like these viral moments. And I think it's easy to get caught up in that. And then like that just started affecting my mental health. In general, after the episode aired, I did feel an effect on my mental health. Actually, even after just filming and before the episode aired, it also did have a bit of an effect on my mental health. It's just like a lot.
Hey, chat, am I glitching or is she fine? Is she fine? Am I glitching, chat? I ain't feel like that on the episode, but she hitting on something.
Classic.
Shit, am I tweaking? I'm sitting here looking like shit. She set up. Abdominals together. Arms got the Sanaa Lathan loving basketball cuts in them. Not too swole, not too, you know what I mean? Am I glitching, chat? I ain't trying to objectify the sister. I'm just saying she right there. I'm looking at her talk. I'm like, hold on, folks. She talking about her hair and shit. That shit is supernatural. I'm with all that now. Cortez says she looks much better here. Yeah. On the show, her hair was natural, but it was like flat at the top. And I think a lot of people was judging her in the comments because it was like flat at the top, like on some, but like puffy, like in the fro, like how she got it right now. I ain't necessarily care for it like flattened down like that either. Like let that shit rock, let that shit out. Like right here, I'm with all that. But am I tweaking, chat? Hey, 333, this is a good looking sister right here in this chat, man. I mean, in this video. 333, show this woman some love. She said her mental health was affected. Not over here. We think you beautiful, baby, over here at the Classic Code. Don't let these people play with your spirit, queen. Don't let them play with you.
It's a lot. The whole experience for me personally, and I do feel things deeply, I would say. But yeah, just be sure that you have the mental fortitude. Be sure that you can handle people telling you things about yourself that they're not into, because that will likely happen. So if you don't have a strong sense of self, if you're not confident in yourself, I would suggest working on that before going on the episode. I actually had a chat with myself before deciding that I wanted to go on. And that chat was like, okay, girl, like you going on, there's a very high chance that there are going to be men telling you things about yourself that they're not into, maybe even making rude comments to you. Like, is that something you can handle, or is that going to hurt your self-confidence? And I was like, nah, I'm good. After seeing the show, I was like, no, I can handle that. It'll be fine. So yeah, I personally like Phoenix in general. Do I have any recommendations for you? I mean, I didn't plan much. I know that a few people from my episode did hot air balloon rides. I guess you can do them like they're super early in the morning, like a sunrise hot air balloon. You may have to be there at like 5 a.m. So I know that's an option. I did not do that. I really didn't do all that much. I stayed right in downtown Phoenix, and I personally thought it just was not the city for me. Just like a business district, and there wasn't much going on. Maybe because it was so hot. That's another thing. Like, be aware, it's hot. It's real hot over there. Drink a lot of water.
Hold on, before she get off into that, Soul said she a cool 6 or 7. Should I take it? That's an adjustable 6 though. That's what I call it. Listen, a 6 is a good looking woman. Adjustable 6 mean when she all the way in her full essence, the full glow is written, and she act right too. Got her head on straight. Know when to be quiet. Know how to talk to you. The whole setup when it's like that. That adjustable 6 be like an 8.5 when it's all said and done. She definitely on a scale that slide upward though. She shouldn't be letting these people play with her self-esteem.
Classic.
I'm gonna stand on that. Soul said definitely seemed to be wifey status. Yeah. Her hair seemed to be on straight.
Classic.
Yeah. We gotta get this woman her flowers. Don't get quiet like that, chat.
Bring a hat. Like I wasn't out. Whenever I would go outside, I wouldn't be able to be out there for that too long. I would have to go back to my hotel and just like cool off. Oof, my voice. Yeah, I think. Oh, one other thing is if you do get a match, there's a chance that you'll be asked to do a catch-up episode. I don't know if that's a requirement or not, but yeah, that's just one other thing to remember, that if you get a match, then you will likely go on a follow-up episode, which I'm sure you've seen the catch-up episodes where they have the matches. Either it looks like sometimes they're in person and sometimes they're virtual. So yes, everyone has been asking me, how did my date with Roman go? There will be a catch-up where you'll get to see that. Yeah, and then I mean, all in all, how was my experience? I would say it was a pretty good experience. I definitely don't regret it.
Yo, her body language is so crazy. Like I don't even need to see the catch up episode. I already got it figured out. We know how it went with Roman. It's over with. It's over with.
It took more of an emotional toll on me than I ever expected. But as I've mentioned, I do think that's because of being a part of.
I see your question, Souls. I'm gonna come to it. That's a good question.
The whole viral moment thing that put, I think, way more of a spotlight on me than it would have if that viral moment didn't happen. I mean, I know that for a fact. So yeah, and even though like I was just the person who the comment was made about, like in that viral clip, I hardly say anything. I just say fair enough. But even still, that was enough to get to get hate messages, which is really interesting. So yeah, I don't regret it. I definitely got quite a bit of followers on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube following the episode. The women on the episode were great. There were 8 women total, including myself. There's one who I like keep in touch with and who I chat with regularly. So that's been a really great benefit, or like a positive aspect of it as well. I know it's not pop the balloon and find friends, but it is.
Hey, chat, y'all know what I just heard, right? Y'all know what I just heard, right? Bingo.
Classic.
Hey, Souls of Thought, you know what I just heard, right? Pulling up the application.
Classic.
Bingo.
Cool that I went on Pop the Balloon and found a friend. Use ChatGPT to your advantage. Like as a free form of therapy, I do use ChatGPT. So after like the episode aired and I just like needed someone to chat with in that exact moment, ChatGPT was helpful. It was definitely helpful for me. In regards to outfit, I used Nuuly, which is like a rental service. So you can pick like 6 items and yeah, just use them for a month. So that's what I did, so that I would have multiple options. That worked out well for me. Otherwise, all the women on the episode were basically wearing a dress. I think one woman was wearing a skirt and top, but it almost looked like a dress. And one woman was wearing jeans and a cute top. And yeah, I think that's about it. I think I've said that like 5 times, but now I'm for real. All right, y'all, time to go pump. So
hey, go get that workout in. It's working for you, baby. For sure. Man, shout out to Rebel Fits for giving us the replay, the behind the scenes, and the do and not to do, and the recommendations of everything involving the what I call the real Pop the Balloon with Arlette and BM. Souls of Thought did have an interesting question before we move on from this topic. He said, do you feel this is a self-reflection or was she humbled? I feel like it was both. I feel like there were some things that definitely humbled her. I think there's some things that enlightened her as well. She seems to be one of those people who are kind of gentle, been covered most of their life. And so she has a gentle essence about her. And she seems to have learned about some of the harshness out in the world through going viral. Also, too, another thing I want to add is a lot of times the negative comments that be under people's posts are bots. And y'all don't know, y'all be beefing with robots. Those are bots. It's actual fact that a lot of the people in comments, like a large percentage of comments on the internet in general, are bot generated. So don't be out here beefing with bots. It be bots saying stuff under my comments sometimes, and I respond, you a bot, and they never say anything else. Yeah. But that's if you got the glasses on.
Classic.
But yeah, I think it was a little bit of self-reflection, but I think she was humbled by, getting all of those unsolicited opinions like that. I think there was some humbling done, but you got to know that you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. You know what I mean? I don't think there's anybody, any man that's attractive to every woman, or any woman that is attractive to every single man. You know what I'm saying? There's a man somewhere where, like, you know, Rihanna not his type, legitimately. Now, some people may look him upside his head and be like, what? But no, for real, that ain't what he like. You know what I'm saying? Flat out. And he's entitled to that. But if you ask the majority of us, you know what I'm saying, we going to say shit, you know. We going to say what we going to say. I'm going to leave it at that. So as the thought said, when something like this affects your mental means, you didn't know who you were before going on the show. Also, she had to mention followers. Fair. I mean, that's a fair assessment. I don't know that I all the way agree with it, because some people just don't know how cold the world can be. We don't know if she, you know, we missing context. We don't know if she's from a sheltered background. We don't know if she's from a small town. We just don't know. It's certain things that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? I have met adults that, you know, women and men, that are just naive to a certain point about some of the cruelties that the world can consist of. And it seemed like to me, she got a cold dose of reality. But we'll never know if either one of us is, you know, all the way right, unless we able to get a hold of her. Maybe we should reach out to her. Yeah, we should reach out to her, souls. Get a follow-up. But yeah, that's a great question. Great assessment, too. For sure. Chat 333, the best in the business.
Classic.
For sure. But yeah, that's the reaction video for today on the behind the scenes on Pop the Balloon with Rebel Fitz. Make sure y'all tap in with her on her YouTube or her TikTok, whatever your platform is. All right, so we going into a TikTok reaction video, and that's going to carry us into the question of the day. So let me get that pulled up for y'all. 333, if y'all still with me, chat. Hope I'm helping y'all get through y'all Wednesday. I thought that video was interesting and intriguing. You know, some of the tidbits and some of the behind the scenes information. That was my first time watching it all the way through with y'all, but hopefully I didn't bore y'all. All right, here we go. All right, so this video is actually called Girl Math. So this is a clip on TikTok with DDG, and he's going to be breaking down girl math. We're going to talk a little bit about this, and then we're going to go into the question of the day. I see them threes. I see them threes. Yes, Lord.
Classic.
All right, chat. Let's roll.
Girl math. If I made you mad and you act mad, then I'm gonna be mad. But if I make you mad and you sweep it off, it's cool. And if I made you mad, you better act like you're not mad. Otherwise, I'm gonna get mad. And then I'm gonna flip it. And then you gonna have to come get me. That's girl math.
Yeah, I'm not on that. That's manipulation.
It's girl math. If I made you mad and you act mad, then I'm gonna be mad. But if I make you mad and you sweep it off, it's cool. And if I made you mad, you better act like you're not mad. Otherwise, I'm gonna get mad. And then I'm gonna flip it. And then you gonna have to come get me. That's girl math.
Yeah, I'm not on that. That's manipulation.
It's girl math. If I made you mad and you act mad, then I'm gonna be mad. But if I make you mad and you sweep it off, it's cool. And if I made you mad, you better act like you're not mad. Otherwise, I'm gonna get mad. And then I'm gonna flip it. And then you gonna have to come get me. That's girl math.
Yeah, I'm not on that.
Okay. Did y'all get that, chat? The girl math. Essentially, it's manipulation. He's explaining what we like to call a no-win situation, right? If she make you mad and you get mad, then she mad at you. If you make her mad, then she mad. But no matter what, you in the wrong. What y'all think about that? What y'all think about DDG's take on that? Because those aren't my words, they're his. But talk to me, chat. What y'all think about that? Is that woman's math? We know he's describing manipulation, but does anybody want to dispute whether or not there's any truth to that? Where my dog Cortez at? He quiet today. I think there's some relevance to it. Like I always tell y'all, I'm fairly consistent in this regard. I think manipulation is the second greatest skill, or the second greatest thing that God made women for. Essentially, I believe that it's the first thing, obviously, is being able to bear children, right? That's their greatest gift. And then the second thing that they're most naturally gifted at is manipulation. That's why we have, that's why Jezebel was who she was. That's why Eve was who she was. That's why, you know what I mean? Cortez said, I'm here. What you think about that? The girl math. And this not me saying anything negative, because manipulation has a negative connotation associated with it. But manipulation can indeed be used for good. You don't have to always manipulate somebody in the way of like finessing. You know what I mean? Oftentimes, though, because people with the gift of manipulation use it for bad, oftentimes manipulation in general gets a negative connotation, which I believe is a little unfair. Souls of Thought said that's why their emotions being managed is last. He done brought it full circle. Come on, Souls.
Classic.
That's fair, though. That's fair. The ladies done got quiet, though. I want to know if there's any truth to this. I'm going to run it one more time just so y'all can hear the math, because it could be a little confusing.
If I made you mad and you act mad, then I'm going to be mad. But if I make you mad and you sweep it off, it's cool. And if I made you mad, you better act like you're not mad. Otherwise, I'm going to get mad. And then I'm going to flip it. And then you going to have to come get me. That's girl math.
Yeah, I'm not on that.
Yeah. So I'm with you. Souls. Souls said that's exactly why tending to a woman's emotions should be last on a man's list of priorities. I can't argue with you, bro. I'm not even trying to be on that with the ladies. You know how I feel about them. I ain't trying to be on that with the ladies, but I can't argue with a good point. Cortez said the emotions are a huge part of girl math. Why you say that, Cortez? Why you say that? Why are the emotions a huge part of girl math? Cortez want me to drop that link. See, I like Cortez, man, because he be on the pull-up. He pull up shawty. Drop the link. I'll tell you. But nah, why you say that? You said emotions are a huge part of girl math. Why? You saying the emotions are what drive them to be manipulative? Men could be manipulative too now. We just not as naturally gifted at it as women are. They have certain resources that they can use to their advantage against our weak flesh. He said, yes, I'm in the studio. Oh, you've been waiting. He's been waiting. He's been patiently waiting for a track to explode. What I got left after this, Cortez? Hold on. Let me see if I want you for this segment or for the question of the day. This is going to lead over into the question of the day, so I'll bring you up for that. But in conclusion, in regards to the girl math that DDG discussed, I'm going to say that I think we can safely say that that's fair. Now, when you start talking about a particular type of woman, the wife type, or just a very mature woman, maybe there should be a little bit less of that. Because, I know when I was in my early 20s, I was messing with a little cougar. And she was real direct with it. It wasn't no girl math or none of that. She just tell you what it was, how she was feeling about it, and you was gonna do what you was gonna do with the information that was provided to you, and that's just what it was. She was real direct. It wasn't really, no guessing games. There wasn't no manipulation. It wasn't no cat and mouse. None of that silly shit. I think that's kind of like some young shit, or just I can't even put an age on it no more, because in America, we encourage everybody to grow up slow as hell. So I can't say it's some young shit, but I definitely think it's for a person that's underdeveloped, or maybe they're still dating around unintentionally if they moving like that. So I'm going to spill into the question of the day. Let me drop the link for Cortez to join me. I'm going to spill into the question of the day off of this. Here you go, Cortez. Shout out to the chat, man. Soft Rain said, right, because I'm sitting here confused. Why are you confused, Soft Rain? Soft Rain, don't do that. Don't cap. That link for you too. Don't cap now. Don't act like you ain't never manipulated a man in your life. Soft Rain be in the she be in the chat perfect, don't
Classic.
she? Let me stop trolling. I'm gonna leave you. Listen, one of these days we're gonna give you a day off. I feel like it's either me or Souls. I'm gonna give you the day off today. I'm gonna leave you alone. I'm gonna let you rock in the comments. But Souls is a fool. There go Cortez right there. Let's talk about it. All right, let's wrap up on DDG talking about girl math. All right, so question of the day. Here we go. Here we go. What up, dog?
What's happening, man? I'm turning off your let me put the mute on it real quick. I'm in the chat.
No, for sure.
Okay. It was doubling up on me, you feel me?
No, yeah, that feedback crazy. Yeah, we don't want that. We want to give the people a good stream.
All right, yeah, we in here.
You here? Check. My
man.
boy, everybody dropped the threes in the chat for Cortez pulling up on the pull up. Soft Rain said, I appreciate that. Yeah, we're gonna give you the day off today. I ain't gonna get on you today.
Soft Rain had enough last night, huh?
No, hey, listen, she didn't get the brunt of it. It was me and the feminist, me and Kia, and I appreciate her so much. That was refreshing conversation. I know they told me after, they said you seemed like you was getting tense, but I like conversations like that.
I had time last night.
Yeah, I seen you was on that. They dropping the threes for you, Ted.
You cannot. Number one, you cannot come into any situation with just your opinion and then think that because you picked what you wanted for your opinion, that was going to slide with people who fact check stuff. On top of it, we talk about this every day off stream. We get the real numbers. You know what I'm saying? You can't don't come in here with that. No, not on this show.
I'm gonna let y'all have that out one day at a different time, man. I'm gonna let y'all have that out.
Let me add it.
No. She with the content game and all of that. I like how she respectfully disagreed and all that. So it was dope.
She's a cool person. I just gotta go at her.
No, for sure. Y'all, hey, listen, that's what we here for. And it makes for great content. But let's get into this question of the day. Have black men, I'm talking particularly about us now, have not us, you and I, but black men, have black men traded leadership in for check-ins? Have we traded our leadership for check-ins? Metaphorically speaking, obviously. Do you get what I mean by that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what you think? I'm gonna get your take first.
No.
Okay. Talk to me.
I see what people doing on social media. That's got nothing to do with me and my family. That's got nothing to do with me and the majority of my friends' families. And when I say friends, sorry to my white tea people. I'm talking about just black families. You know what I'm saying? And by black family, I mean the historical definition. Black father at the head of the household, because everybody knows that a black father makes it a black family. That's just how it works. Don't argue with me on this. It is what it is, y'all.
Who you talking about? Me?
All the bots in the comment section, they'd be like, "Nah, families being mixed and da da da."
I'm gonna let you cook. I'm gonna push back in a second. Go ahead, do your thing.
Look, don't get mad, and I'm gonna say this once and for all. People push down the one drop rule for all of those generations. Don't try to backtrack now just because we get traction. No, don't try to backtrack now. One drop, you black. Call it what it is. You can have respect for your heritage or whatever, wherever your other side came from, but you got a black daddy, you black. That's just how it works. All right, on to the next thing. No, black men haven't traded in leadership. If anything, we're trying to gain more of it. It's the weaklings, that certain movements have created that have traded in leadership for check-ins. But look, this is what I mean by weak. I didn't get to say this last night because it was all women. You know what I'm saying? And I was typing way too much. My thumb started, getting a little sore. You know what I'm saying? So I really gotta go and say it. If you think that just because you have a movement that you are going to weaken the rest of us, you're sorely mistaken. Sorely mistaken. You want weakness, but you want to claim that you want strength. But what you want is weakness. You don't get everything that has to deal with anything masculine is literally a double-edged sword. That's why we preach and teach control your emotions, because it's a double-edged sword. If you're strong, you can hurt somebody. But if you're strong, you can hurt somebody. You see what I'm saying? Ain't no real double speak there. It's a double-sided sword. You got to have control of your emotions. If you don't have any control of your emotions, then you're not going to be able to. So if you don't want to lead anymore, okay, cool. But here's the thing that comes with that. You want a chick tell me, I want to lead the family. Okay, then do not complain when you do not get that chivalrous treatment that you think you deserve, that, you know, the songs tell you and that TikTok told you that you should be getting. Don't think that.
What are we leading?
We should be leading our families.
What are we leading?
First and foremost, I lead my family. You know,
you. But we talking about black. We talking about black men in general. What are we leading? What do we lead? Most of the first off, because the details matter. If you want to share, you can. But is your woman a sister?
No.
Okay, so no. So you're not going home to a black woman or dealing with a black woman.
I tried.
Oh, no. I'm saying, but currently you are not.
No.
Okay, so you saying that you a leader means nothing to this particular conversation because you're not leading a black woman.
I dated black women.
Right. Okay. So let's talk about that. Because that didn't work. You're in a relationship with a non-black woman. Okay. Yeah. Your last serious relationship with a black woman, were you the leader?
Yes.
You were. Okay. So
yes.
So how come it didn't work?
Hey, I wish I could tell you, man.
No, you were the leader. The coach can surely tell me why we lost the game.
I mean, sometimes people take bad shots. You know what I'm saying? You take a bad shot, you get it in you that you get too much. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes if you give somebody everything, I learned my lesson. You can't give somebody everything, man. They're not going to appreciate it later on.
Come on, chat. Don't let this slide, chat. Call it how y'all hear this, chat.
It's the truth. You can't give somebody everything, man. You got to learn from mistakes.
Come on, Perry. Thank you, P. P laugh. Come on, P. Call it how you hear it, chat. Come on now. Ted. Yes, you wasn't leading that black woman, Ted. Was she around your age?
No.
She was younger?
Mm-hmm.
Significantly?
6 years.
And how long ago?
A couple years back.
Okay, so she might have been in her 20s still?
She was in her 20s still, yeah.
You might have had a shot. Was her career situated?
No, that's really what caused it.
That's why we need the details.
Yeah.
That's why you were able to do a little bit of leading, just a touch of leading.
Well, I'll tell you straight up, like, you know, to be more specific, because, you know, people need to know these things. I wasn't moving where she needed to move to do what she wanted to do, and I'm still not moving over there. You know what I'm saying? We still cool, but I'm not moving over there.
When you was dating a sister, did you used to check in?
No.
You never checked in?
I don't check in general.
That's why I don't work.
Yeah.
Did you? No.
What do you? Wait, will you define this real quick? Define this.
You know what a check-in is? You know.
You mean like, you know, call, hey baby, what's going on? I'm going to work, that type of thing. Or
just any check-in, any type of check-in. Aside from the check-ins that make perfect sense for all human beings, right? If you don't live with your girl and you leaving from her crib late at night and she say, "Let me know when you make it home." Obviously,
no.
We not counting. I'm just saying we not counting that, right? But aside from that,
when she get off work, what's she doing? That type of thing. Like
any check-ins, bro. If you
I did that. I did that.
I know you did. I know you fucking did.
I did that. I did that.
Come on, man.
I did that.
Yeah. No, yeah.
That's why I wanted you to define it. I'm like, I did that.
No, let's really talk about this shit. No, I did that. Have in the chat that went cold. Yeah, look at P dying laughing.
I did that.
Yeah, I know you fucking right. I know you did.
I did that.
She was American, right? She was American black, right?
Yes.
Yeah, then you fucking right. You checked in.
Yeah, she was raised
you fucking right. She checked in.
Yeah, I was doing that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. That leadership shit over with, Tez. I completely disagree with you. I don't think you've led a black woman in America. I don't think I've led a black woman in America. And I just don't. Nigga, it's a collaboration. That shit over with. It's over. It's a wrap. Ain't no, all that shit they saying. I've been doing sociology content on this bitch for 2,000 hours. I got 600 videos up, bro. You can't tell me shit, bro. Ain't no that the black man being the leader of the household with a black woman in it. That shit over.
Not with a black woman in it.
No. That's what I'm
actually. I will say this. I do know a few.
You know a few from your eye view, from your bird's eye view. You know a few from
not the personal view. But from my viewpoint, it looks legit. You know what I'm saying? From my viewpoint.
Listen, it ain't a black man with a black woman at the crib that's making no executive decisions. Niggas will listen. Niggas will be at the deal if him and his woman got a car. I'm giving y'all the real. Y'all push back in the chat. Let's beef about it. If him and her both got a car, and they both got a house, or they got one house and they both got a car, right? If he go to get a new car, bet your ass at a 90%, 85 to 90% clip, he gonna call her to confirm which whip he finna buy his fucking self before he buy it.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. It ain't got nothing to do about no money or nothing. You already knew what he was going up there to look at. It ain't got nothing to do. No, I'm looking at the blue one, babe. But they got a white one up here too, babe. Niggas ain't making no decisions alone no more.
Nah.
That shit over. It's over, champ.
Yeah.
Harry said truth. Thank you.
Yeah.
This shit over.
Classic.
Not a soul. None of us. None of us
came over.
None of us.
Lisa said, what does leadership look like for the black man in the household? Good question.
Classic.
What does it look like, Cortez? You failed at it. What does it look like?
Shoot. I mean, since we clarified, I failed 100%. What are you talking about? Since we clarified, all
right. What would it look like?
Ideally, it would look like my grandparents' relationship. My grandparents, like, I know I didn't get to say this yesterday on the Women's Minute. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get to say that on the women's panel. But on my mother's side, not my dad's side, it's a different story. But on my mother's side, my grandparents didn't work. My great grandparents, like the grandma and the great grandma, neither one of them ever worked. Like my grandma worked a month at Sears in downtown. You know what I'm saying? When it was over there before it was the Sears Tower. You know, she worked at the old Sears building for a month, and my grandfather said, "You ain't got to do that." But my grandfather had means. You know what I'm saying? We talking about the cowboy blues singer. You know what I'm saying? He had means. My great grandfather, he worked for Chicago Steel. He had means too. So my grandmother didn't need to work. Neither one of them did. But that wasn't the same story with my mom and my dad. Matter of fact, my dad did have money, and my mom wanted to work anyway. You know what I'm saying? And ideally, and I'm just nobody come for me.
Don't tiptoe now.
I'm gonna say it for real. I'm saying it. I'm gonna say it. I'm not gonna not say it. Ideally,
this right here. Hold on, stop, Cortez. Stop. You are the top 3 crash out on the classic codes. Top 3. But when we start talking about black women, you start tiptoeing and shit.
Bro,
and that right there is my fucking point.
Exactly. I do not like
they
pissing
got us by the cojones.
I do not like pissing off the black women, bro. I do not, bro. And they hold grudges. You know what I'm saying? They hold grudges. You know.
We talk about Trump. We fearless. We talk about other content creators, fearless. We talk about Hispanics, fearless. We talk about dead rappers, fearless. Talk about the sisters. Well, listen. We'll see what don't.
Yes. My mom was still a sister, all right? My mom was still a sister. I got 2 sisters.
They got us, nigga.
Oh, they gonna call me.
No, they tricked us out our position.
Yeah,
folks.
I heard you was on Classic Show saying that no more. So what? Ask my husband if I'm a wife. I'm not trying. No.
It's over, chat. It's over, chat. Kia, what's up? Kia, welcome back. From last night.
Works, right?
Hey, Kia in the chat, Cortez. This is the guy that was in the chat.
What's up, Kia? How you feeling?
This the guy that was in the chat last night challenging you at every turn. But I'll answer Lisa's question because you didn't. You said it looked like your grandparents. So you saying pretty much two generations back was the last like majority. Yeah.
It's been over after that.
Yeah, I'll say this. She said, what does leadership look like for the black man in the household? So first, I'll start with just in general. I'll start with the black man got to be there, right? So we got to get back in the house. That'll be first. And then once you get in the house, I think
get Uncle Sam out the house.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real practical. I think that black folks should make a conscious effort to put their girls in etiquette classes. I'm not even saying that insulting. I'm being for real. I think it would be awesome because that used to be a thing. And it still is.
It was a part of etiquette, it was a part of life. It was
etiquette,
a part of
yeah. Etiquette classes still exist, but I'm saying it used to be like more normal. Yeah, for you to have had taken like etiquette. I think, and I'm talking in general. Like I just
everybody took them at one point. See, the thing is, I remember I had to go to etiquette class, but that was more of a religious thing than it was but it's still etiquette class, and it was free. Obviously, people raising that many kids, you're gonna try to do as much free stuff as possible. Do you know how many women that I have ran up against that don't know how to set the table or even know which fork to use?
Yeah, but I'm saying that to say, because a lot of times when we have these conversations, anybody that's tapped in from Classic Code Sports, come over to the Classic Codes on Twitch, Rumble, or YouTube. Classic Code Sports is ending right now. Hold on, Tess.